All right, one more speed round here. Crank it up, turn it down. Having other drummers in the audience.
Ooh. I'll let you go first this time.
I'm going to say turn it up because I've said this before. It's easier to do a gig at Red Rocks in front of thousands of people than it is to do like a drum clinic in front of a room full of drummers. However, for me, it keeps me on my game. Like, I'm a feet to the fire, grace under pressure kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I will panic. Like, I mean, the drum clinic I did with you guys, it was just like all I thought about for the month leading up to it. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Do I have my audio together? What songs should I do? Yada, yada, yada. And then I just kind of had this, there's going to be a bunch of drummers there. Some of them are better than me. And I just had this Zen moment of like, you know what? None of that matters. If any musician is worth their salt, there's always something to learn from somebody. So hopefully I'll give somebody something that they can take away from it, even if it's like one thing, one little thing, even if it's what not to do. As long as somebody got something out of it, then that's great. So it doesn't bother me knowing that there's drummers in the audience.
Sean, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'll crank it up. I've spent my whole adult life playing in front of other drummers, even here at the shop, and most of my friends are even drummers, so they'll come out and see me play. But the moment you said that, I thought about the recital we did, where I'm playing in a room full of drummers, all the students there. I'm a student. We're all students. Rick is there, Christy, blah blah blah. We're all hanging out, and Ed comes walking in the day before the drum show, and I look at you as like that next level drummer guy. Like, you're up here, in my opinion. So I got a little nervous when he walked in.
Tickets for a show.
Yeah, I really did. I get anxious before I play, and of course, if there's drummers there too, there's a little added like anxiousness.
Yeah.
But I felt it when Ed walked in the door.
Oh well, dude. I mean, we're all just trying to do the same thing, right? We're just ultimately, did I play better on this gig than I did on the last gig?
Yeah, that's what we try to do.
And the other thing too is the other way to look at it is there's probably always a drummer in the room, even if you don't know it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I think about that as well. If you're out, on vacation or something, and you see a band play, and you come walking in, and I don't go up to the drummer either and just say, "Hey, I'm a drummer too." I'm just not that guy. And yeah, I'm just kind of discreetly, I'm a drummer observing, and you watch the drummer as we all do. So yeah, you're right. There's probably a drummer hanging out, and you don't even know it. Yeah. So yeah, there's no. Yeah. I'm cranking it up.
I'm overall cranking it up, but I'd be lying if I said that when I acknowledge who it is, if it's a great player, I don't have to I have to tell myself like, this doesn't change anything. Yeah. Like, I have kind of that internal conversation of like, this doesn't change anything. Because I remember like early on starting out, even to the point where it was like, I'm playing a show with someone and the other drummer's really good. Not even but like I know he's probably watching because he's playing after us because we're opening for the band. Sometimes that would like trip me up a little bit. But that was really early on kind of thing. But I still kind of say that to myself. I caught myself doing it at a show recently. Just be like, calm down. It doesn't matter.
That's it. It's to take a deep breath and just do your job. Like during an early Vertical gig, we were playing at a place in Charlottesville, Virginia called Trax. And if you know anything about famous bands from Charlottesville, you know where this is going. I'm playing. We're halfway through the set, and everything's cool, and it's just kind of jamming. At one point, I just kind of look over to the monitor board, which was to my right, and Carter Beauford's there, looking at me and like bopping his head, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Carter's here. And now there was talk that maybe he would have showed up because he had a history with Vertical Horizon. He played on the record before me. And but he come gig time he wasn't there, and it was like, all right, whatever. So mid gig I look over and he's there, and I'm just like, oh. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh my God. And I felt myself starting to get a little nervous, but then I finished that tune and just kind of looked over and nodded. And then I just kind of told myself, like, take a deep breath. He was bopping his head. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're here to do a job. Just do the job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's good
and
advice.
That was it. It's just like, I'm just playing music. Everybody's human. I've seen him mess up. I've got audio of Neil Peart messing up. Like, everybody's human. Everybody's human.